Hello. How's everybody tonight? I was not. You didn't see a thing. I think I'm going to have to start keeping them in this room, actually. I need to test this. I'm doing okay. I'm going to test the view on this. Okay, perfect. Let me turn my screen around. Oh, yeah, that's lovely. That is totally the wrong direction. I'm trying something new tonight. Hello. Backwards facing camera. Awful. We don't like it. Make that a little higher. Okay. Let me send out the Bratz broadcast. I'm okay. I'm okay. It's very rainy and I love the rain. Absolutely love the rain. How's everybody else tonight? I've been enjoying my downtime a little bit, to be honest. Very much enjoying it. You wish it would rain here? I know. We'll send it your way. It is literally waterlogged here. We are under flash flood threats and all sorts of stuff. We're waiting for the raid to come in. I don't know how much time we have. We have like 2 minutes. Sassy Pants Resell is sending us the raid. We're very excited about that. This is the Mental Health Awareness Raid Train. We do this every month. This is May. This is Mental Health Awareness Month, which is an exciting time to do this because it's always good to bring awareness during its month. Greetings, Lumi. It's good to see you. It feels so weird seeing the camera this direction. Am I right? It's a weird direction. Oh, let me bring up my 2 cameras. Oh, Lumi, she lightens up every room. It is different. So I'm kind of nervous about tonight's demonstration. It's a little bit different than what I usually do. Yes. Oh, yeah. That's very true. Very true. Lumi is, she is a Marsha fan, and Marsha is a Lumi fan, and I'm a fan of both. I don't know if the Brat, Team Marsha, of course. Who isn't Team Marsha? I mean, she's too sweet of a person not to be, like, loved by all. To be loved by all. I know. I told her I would be back. This is my raid train. I don't miss. I try my best to always be on this one because mental health is so important to me. Hello, Miss Libby. Hello, MBH, guys. MBH, most amazing creator here on Whatnot. I love that all the friends like all the friends. That makes me happy. I'm showing my camera a different direction tonight, and it's so odd. Exactly, my friend. Exactly. Beach. My nose is itching as always. Even I thought to slow that down, but no, it does not. It does not. There's the raid. Hello, everybody. How are you doing tonight? How's the train been? I've enjoyed what I've gotten to watch. Oh, don't worry at all. Like we're just patiently sitting in here yakking between friends. So not a worry in the world. Hello everybody. You are on the Hello Darkness Raid Train, which is um conducted by Sexy Moose every single month. This is a special train for a lot of us because we get that opportunity to talk about mental health awareness and suicide prevention. My story is of loss and healing, grief and healing, and hurt and healing. So this train is always something that I want to participate in hopes to bring light to others because I don't think that we should ever have to go through what we go through alone. And I don't think that we should have to go through what we go through and not share our experiences to help other people. So that's why I'm always here. I have a little bit of a demonstration for you tonight. And first of all, I would like to say, Sassy Pants Resale, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate the raid. And Sexy Moose, thank you so much for doing this tonight. So my camera is a different view, you may have noticed, because I'm doing a little bit of a demonstration. Okay, so we're going to take this down onto the table. Oh, we're going to drop our phone because we're not used to working with our phone this direction, right? Not used to working with it this direction at all. Okay. So how has everybody been tonight? How's the train been for everybody? All right, guys, I'm not going to be able to see the screen for just a few minutes, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing. But I wanted to talk about something. I was actually working on a project the other day and I was working with some paints, and this idea and this thought came to me about light and darkness and purity and all of the things that make us happy. And, just working with some of my favorite paints and some of my favorite items, it was actually on a resin canvas. And this thought occurred to me that light begins untouched, pure, open, hopeful. And then sometimes darkness enters in slowly. Not always violent, not always loud. Sometimes it arrives through pain, through betrayal. Sometimes it arrives through grief or fear or survival. And once darkness touches the light is never quite the same ever again. The white can never return to its original purity, no matter how hard we try. And sometimes that darkness grows within us. changing the very fabric of who we are. Experience changes us, loss changes us, people change us, but darkness doesn't always win. It doesn't always win. We have experiences that bring the light back to us. We have experiences that change us in good ways and make us happy. Even though black spreads through our lives, we can continue to add light, not to erase what happens, but because some things leave permanent marks, but to soften the shadows, to dim the weight of darkness, to create gray tones filled with wisdom, endurance, and compassion and growth. This isn't about transformation. It's about the battle between despair and hope. It is about learning that healing is not becoming pure again, but it's learning how to shine differently after surviving the dark. And I don't know about you guys, but life is not always black and white. There are many shades of gray that come after healing, after survival, that can really just be beautiful. And you know what else? You know what else I really love? I really love that sometimes we meet people in our lives that come along and they add beautiful hues of color to our life. They add experiences, they add joy, they add color, they add creation, they add peace and harmony. They create within you beautiful hues of other colors that paint your world and surround you with beautiful things. So slowly those muddy grays can start to pick up other colors and other things that we love to bring back lightness and color and joy to our lives. Because the more color you add to that darkness, the more light you bring to the shadows, the more amazing our canvas of a life looks. So, to review, guys, we don't have to stay in the darkness. Dark things can change us. Dark things can shift who we are as a person, but they can also grow us and they can lead us into other places that we seek out that cause us to have joy and that cause us to have healing. So the best thing really is to surround yourself with colorful people, people who bring you joy, happiness, healing. They are the light. We are not meant to be in this world alone. We are not meant to be struggling through the things that we're going through alone. We're meant to be surrounded by people. Like, no matter what your religious beliefs are, I'm not going to harp on you about that, but what on this earth are we doing if not here for people? Is it seeking the money that makes us happy? It doesn't for me. Do I want enough to pay my bills and to be able to have enough to eat? Yeah, it's unfortunately a necessary thing of this world. But is there anything that other than other people in this world that make us truly happy? If there is, I haven't found it. I mean, yeah, cheesecake is great, but it's also temporary. You get a temporary fix from cheesecake. You can always eat more cheesecake, but eventually you get to the point where too much cheesecake is too much cheesecake. But a good friend, you can really never get enough of a good friend. You can never really get enough of good conversation, good healing, being able to talk about your problems, being able to talk about the things that are bothering you, but also to be able to laugh and sit on the couch and drink Kool-Aid and eat chips. Doing that alone is just not as fun as doing it with somebody who brings you light. So My encouragement for the month of May for you guys is to understand that darkness will come. Darkness will be in our lives. There is no way to avoid the things that happen to us. We have no control over that. But in one of my counseling sessions after I lost a huge loss, I remember we were talking about how emotions come like tidal waves. They are like being in the ocean and you're floating on this boat, and this wave of emotions can be calm and serene one minute, and the next minute you are just completely in a tidal wave of just traumatic waters. And you are overtaken by those emotions, right? How many of you have ever felt that tidal wave, that complete, oh my gosh, what just hit me? Maybe it was a song, maybe it was a smell, maybe it was a feeling, maybe it was just something. You're in a store and you are brought back to a memory that makes you sad or upset. These things happen, right? But here's the thing, we can't control those things hitting us because that's human nature and that's life. The memories that we have, even good or bad, they're meant to shape us for our future. However, if they're negative emotions and they're emotions that hurt us or bring us down or feel like we're drowning, only we have the ability to get out of that situation. It's our choice to stay in that rocking boat. So that was life changing for me because even though, like, I was brought to that moment where I felt that pain and I felt that loss, I didn't have to stay there. I could add light back to my life. And that's where I learned to retrain my brain to say, okay, this is a bad emotion. I understand that this is making me feel a certain way, and I'm going to shake it off. And I'm going to replace that thought with something that makes me feel better about the situation, a good memory. Um, Genuinely, in a lot of situations, there is something that you can turn your brain to that will make you feel better and bring back the light. And eventually, when that tidal wave hits again, you will be more apt and able to give yourself that lifeboat that gets you out of that situation. So, I thank you. I thank you guys so much for just being here. And like I said, I'm going to put you back down on the canvas. I'm not the best painter in the world, but man, do I absolutely love the mixing of colors to create that beautiful sunset look. Or, you know, it's okay to be in a gray sometimes, guys. It really is okay. It really is okay. But just remember, add that color, continue to create that beautiful canvas that is your life, and know that you are so loved by so many people, and they're waiting to see your next greatest piece. They're waiting to see exactly what you're going to create on your canvas and how they can be part of your life and to create the very things with you that will bring that light back to your life. Because, guys, I will tell you this too. Sometimes, how do we know what the good times feel like if we've never had the bad times? If you've never been poor, how do you know how to live on ramen noodle and ketchup soup? Like, if you've never been through those bad times and you've never had those things happen that cause you that drama and that trauma, then how do you enjoy whenever you're able to accomplish and to conquer and to come into the light again? I have to tell you that some of the happiest times in my life were when I was struggling to make a living, when I was struggling in my household to be able to pay the bills. But one Christmas, I was super sad. I was really upset. It was bleak. But we took the Christmas tree that we got from a local church that had donated to us, and we literally put all of the McDonald's toys that we had for the kids on our Christmas tree. And looking back, it was one of the most amazing Christmases that we ever had because we all struggled together and we got through that time, and it became a colorful memory that the kids still talk about today. You never know when some sort of experience that you have is going to be that one experience that changes your life for the better and makes an impact on other people. The point of this, too, is don't struggle alone. You matter. Your life matters. And if you are struggling and you need somebody to talk to, there are so many resources out there. You do not have to suffer through mental illness alone anymore. There is nothing to be ashamed of. There is nothing that says that it is something that should be hidden behind the scenes anymore. We all need to talk about it. We need to bring it out and we need to say, I'm struggling. I need help. And people will be there for you. I guarantee you, this app has been one of the most amazing healing experiences that I have had. Because when I'm feeling down, I'm feeling blue, I'm feeling broken, I'll pop on a live. And the next thing I know, like I'm literally laughing with you guys or I'm crying with you guys. And that's okay. It's okay to cry. It's a healing process because when you cry, what happens is you are literally whitewashing that trouble away. Pour that tear out onto your canvas and lighten it back up because let me tell you, there is nothing like a good cry with a good group of friends that will help you to feel better through anything that's going on. Like I said, darkness is still going to be there, but you know what? It's a lot lighter if you let it out and you talk about it and you begin to feel better because that's where healing happens. That is where the healing happens. So, guys, I don't have much more than that. I never sell on this show. This show is more about just letting you know that there are tons of people who are out there, especially in this community, this Sexy Moose community, that are always going to be here to talk to you, that are going to be a hand held out to you and saying, we are here. We are here to talk to you. We are here to give you resources. We are here to help you out. So all I know is that we together are better than one of us alone. So everybody who is participating in this train knows the numbers, and I'm sure Sexy Moose will be happy to put them out again, but I believe if you dial 888, you can always talk to somebody that doesn't know you, that is an outside source. That is 988, thank you. That is an outside source of trained individuals who can talk you through a situation, and you never have to talk to that particular person again if you don't want to. So just let it out, say the words, have the emotions, take the resources that they give you. And again, not everybody deserves the right to hear your story. So make sure that you are choosing people who are good for you, that are that light, that are not darkness entering in. That is always something that you have to be careful of. Make sure that you choose people who bring light and happiness to your life. And it's also your choice not to have to deal with people that you don't want to. You don't have to do that in this app. You don't have to do this in this world. You can choose to walk away from 90% of the people in your life. You can choose to walk away. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to end a little bit early unless there's anything anybody wants to talk about because, we're here for that. This is such a weird view. Let me turn the camera back around where I'm used to having the camera. Okay. I know I missed a lot because I couldn't see the screen. Is there anything that anybody would like to talk about tonight? Is there anything anybody would like to share? Thank you. Good makeup and good lighting. I wasn't even going to be on camera. I was like, I'm just going to put the camera down on this paper. Don't go to bed upset. Absolutely not. We're here. I know sometimes just being on this train in particular can bring up emotions and bring up grief. Hearing stories of other people and knowing what they've gone through, and it just reminding you of what you've gone through. But yeah, just let it out, guys. If you need to talk to anybody, any of us are here. I'm always available. You can hit me up in the chat. 100%, you are not alone. Everyday art. You said it. It's Hello Darkness is every month. Miss Robin, you didn't lose her. She's just protecting you in a different way. Yes. And Custom, you're really young and you're very fortunate to grow up in a time where mental health is more discussed and brought out into the open. So your dad was from, relatively this. My daughter, she always knows I'm online, but she always calls. Sorry, guys. The daughter called, as always. What I was saying is, Custom, that your dad grew up from a generation that didn't really talk about mental illness. And so the fact that you've recognized that that was a struggle for him, one of the greatest things in this life is a child who understands their parents' sadness and to be able to take a moment and say, you know what, Dad, it's okay to be sad and just know that I'm here for you and I love you. So I really appreciate that you recognize that in him. I've not had an estrangement from an adult child. Mine will never go away. I'm just kidding. But her best friend was like a daughter to me, and they fought, and I lost her, and it literally felt like it ripped my heart in half, and I definitely have had to grieve her. So I did not birth her, but I chose her and she chose me. And so when I lost her, um, I had to go through grieving just like I had literally lost like the death of a family member. But it was worse because she's still living and you know, I do definitely understand that loss and it is heart-wrenching. Um you always want to say that, oh, they'll come around, oh, it'll work itself out. But sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes we just have to learn to be in the place that we're in that particular moment. And we have to accept that there are stages to this particular situation. Um, it's not easy, but you just have to keep your own sanity for the hopes of what you would like to have happen in the situation. And you continue to just try your best to let them know that you're there for them and that you're ready to talk when they are. Or if it's the flip side and you've made that decision to push that individual away. We're not necessarily talking about kids here, but if you've made that decision to put that individual out of your life for a little while for your own sanity, then you have to realize that you have to put yourself first sometimes and that you need to take the time that you need to process the information for yourself. And then if the time is right, then you can begin to have those small discussions that still keep that person at arm's length, but allow both of you to heal. I totally can't 100% put myself in your shoes, Libby, but I know that you are a wonderful person. And I see your kind heart. I see your spirit. And I feel like it's probably not permanent. But again, you have to sometimes come to the realization that adult children do have their own mindsets and their own lives and their own thought processes, and it's not always a permanent thing because they're still growing, they're changing, their minds are still changing. You just have to give them their space, and rely on your faith in not only them as the children that you raised, but the faith in yourself to know that the right things will happen. Um, there's no easy answer to that one other than time, and just letting them know that you are there, but that you also have to put your own emotions, you have to put your own self first and heal in that situation, because you just have to let things happen the way that they're happening and let them know that you're there whenever they're ready to come back around. Because if forcing the situation is not going to be good for you or your husband, just to be able to have that distance and let you guys heal and let them heal and let whatever this emotion is that happened to calm down, let the embers go out, and then I feel like there will be some sort of peace and resolution in that for you. People do grieve in totally different ways. And no way of grieving is wrong, guys. The only way you can grieve wrong is if you're not taking care of yourself while you're doing it. It's so important that you still do the things that keep you alive during grieving. I've said this so many times before. Dear is the I can't ever remember what it's called. It's DEER. What is it called when you have a letter that stands for something to remember? Is it an anagram? I don't think that's it. It's not an onomatopoeia. I never remember what it's called. It is an anagram or an acronym. Okay. An acronym. So it's DEER. You have to drink water. I know that sounds really so basic, but drinking water while you are grieving does a lot of things for your body. It actually helps to purify the literal toxins that come from grieving, because when you grieve, there are so many things in your body that just become toxic. Um, the grieving actually can change your health status. It has been known to increase high blood pressure for people. It has been known to cause diabetes and heart problems. Stress at high levels, like you do when you grieve or you go through something so traumatic, are actually very, very hard on your health. They are very, very hard on your health. So, drinking lots of water helps to clean those impurities out. And also, we tend to cry when we grieve. Therefore, we do dehydrate our body, and dehydration causes headaches, it causes confusion, it causes kidney problems. So, remembering to drink a lot of water really helps your process to feel better when you're grieving. That's the D. The E is to eat, and that means eating appropriately. So I know me, myself, I like to feed my emotions. That fat, angry girl inside me loves cookies. So I love to stuff cookies in her anytime she's upset. But that's not the appropriate way of eating. When we talk about eating, we're talking about eating the right things, things that make us feel good and that keep our health up. Eating when we're not even hungry. Like there's times that you will be in such a deep grieving process that you're not going to want to eat because you're just not hungry, because it's one of those things that is kind of temperamental when you're going through grief and high stress. It does affect your digestive system. One of the first systems that is affected is your digestive system. So you're either going to be hungry all the time or you're not going to want to eat at all. And that's when it's most important to eat healthy and eat things that make you feel good. So even when you are not hungry, you need to eat appropriate foods. Don't overeat and don't undereat. So DE, drink and eat. The next E is exercise. Boo! Nobody wants to exercise. I understand that totally, guys. I hate exercising. Therefore, I am fluffy. But It is so 100% proven that when you exercise, even if it means you just take a walk out in get some sunshine or take a walk and splash in the puddles, whatever your weather situation is at this particular moment. If you get a little bit of exercise every day when you're in the grieving process, you feel better. Getting out and getting some sunshine, getting out and connecting with the earth, walk barefooted in the grass in the front yard, just take a couple of laps in the grass. It really, really does help you to feel better in the long run because that little bit of exercise that you get helps you to get open up your lungs and get out some of those cobwebs. It helps you to clear your mind as you take in that deep breath of fresh air that's outside. Unless you're in New York City, guys, then I'm sorry. You might have to walk inside an amphitheater to get fresh air. I'm just kidding. Um, but just getting out and getting that fresh air helps you to clear your mind. And then also, if you do a healthy amount of exercise above and beyond what you're used to doing daily, it will immensely help you to rest later that night. It does a lot of things for your body. It releases cortisone, which helps your body to heal, which helps your body to grow. Very, very important that you get exercise. So drink, eat appropriately, and exercise. And the last one is one of the hardest, and that is to rest. And by resting, I mean really resting. Lay down even when you're not tired. Let your body rest, even if your mind is not available for that rest at that particular moment. You need to get the appropriate amount of sleep that you usually get every single time that you are supposed to go to bed. Continue to go to bed, lay down, stretch out, let your body rest, and your mind should follow. Is that the hardest thing at first? It really is because you're either going to want to sleep way too much or you're not going to want to sleep at all. When both times that I well, there's more than 2, but the 2 times that I had really, really deep, deep grief, for me, every time I closed my eyes, I had nightmares. So I got where I just wouldn't sleep at all. And then, of course, I would crash and burn and I would sleep for a couple of days. Well, neither one of those is healthy, right? They're life changing, life altering if you don't get sleep. It's very, very bad for your health. So take that rest, take the time that you need to have that downtime, whether not everybody needs 8 hours, okay? Is that the recommended time? Sure, it is. I feel like caca if I get 8 hours, but if I get a good 6 hours of rest and sleep, laid out, resting my body, I feel perfectly fine. I get eight, I feel a little groggy. So you know your perfect sleep schedule, you know your perfect sleep time. Take that time down and lay out even if you don't go to sleep. Eventually, your body will get back into that rhythm and you will get the sleep that you need. So those are my recommendations for healthy grieving process. And I will say that more better times than, yeah, good. I really feel like it'll come back around. All right, guys, I don't have anything else unless, again, if there's anybody who has anything that they would like to discuss, we are here. If you'd like to reach out to me privately in a message, I will respond as soon as I see it. And again, just take care of yourself, guys, because you are your most important asset. You are your money earner. You are the person who takes care of yourself. You may be responsible for other people. There is nothing more important than your own health, and that includes your mental health and stability. So take care of you as your greatest asset because you are it, and you are wonderful, and you are loved. So, all right, sexy, who are we rating into tonight? And Libby, I love you so much. Sip and spill. You know, we all want to say something else. Sip and spill is who we are going to tonight. Guys, love you so much. We will see you tomorrow. I have a show tomorrow night. It is going to be a Memorial Day tribute. I am sharing special flags. I don't know if you guys know this, but I am a public speaker. And my classes that I usually public speak about is patriotism. So if you'd love to hear my spiel on that, I am sharing 3 beautiful flags from the Flags on Tour program. And 100% of any tips that I get during that time frame will be going to the Disabled American Veterans that program that is a charity that is done by Bent Mandrel Inc. here on Whatnot. So I would love to see you tomorrow. And I say the weird things. I know. I would love to see you tomorrow for that show. And take care of yourselves always. Love you guys so much. Bye, guys. Love you too.